If you're looking to get thrilled this Halloween, then you're in the right place. What better way to celebrate the spookiest day of the year than with some of the best horror games of 2023, right? But these games are not just for Halloween only. Immerse yourself into a new and frightening world. Whether you're looking to lose sleep or just want some fear-fueled laughs, we've got your back. I'm Josh, welcome to HotFix Gaming. And here are the top 10 best horror games to play in 2023. 10. Layers of Fear. This first-person horror adventure game was developed and published by Bloober Team and serves as both a remake of the original 2016 game and the next installment in the series. This all-encompassing package manages to reimagine everything that has been released so far, including Layers of Fear 2016, its Inheritance DLC expansion, and the sequel Layers of Fear 2 from 2019. While these two games and DLC we've just mentioned were built on Unity, the new installment from 2023 took them and updated them to run on Unreal Engine 5, which really bumps up your immersion into the game. If you're new to the series, this 2023 remake/new game is the perfect start for you. It delivers an immersive and atmospheric horror experience and features stunning visuals and a haunting soundtrack, alongside jump scares, puzzle solving, and tense exploration. 9. Bramble, the Mountain King. An adventure horror game inspired by Nordic folklore, Bramble, the Mountain King, puts you in the role of Ollie, a young boy who wakes up in the middle of the night to discover that his sister is gone. Despite his mother's advice, Ollie ventures outside in the dark forest to find his missing sibling, and what he stumbles upon is a world full of trolls, fairies, and all sorts of creatures. Some friendly, some not. Bramble, the Mountain King is a superb story-driven adventure with solid gameplay and an incredible atmosphere that constantly switches its tempo, keeping you on your toes. If dark fairy tales are something you're particularly into, then this game is perfect for you. 8. The Mortuary Assistant. A dark contrast to the previous game, the Mortuary Assistant is actually the only game in our list that hasn't been released in 2023. However, this chilling title is worth mentioning and playing even today. Part workplace simulator, part psychological horror, this game really nails down that sense of dread one gets when they're working the graveyard shift, or simply just closing the business for the night. But instead of just feeling the dread, all the horrors one pictures while working in the night actually come to life in the Mortuary Assistant. Your tasks in the game range from simply embalming cadavers to actually fighting to keep demonic forces at bay, practicing occult rituals to identify any demonic entities, and eventually banishing the demon for good. That is, if you survive the night with your soul intact. 7. Demonologist. Developed by Clock Wizard Games with the new Unreal Engine 5, you can only expect a thrilling experience and visuals from Demonologist. The gameplay is quite similar to Phasmophobia, where you use equipment to gather evidence, but in Demonologist, you have a more extensive range of unique equipment that really helps you immerse yourself into the game. This is a co-op game, so you can play by yourself or get your spook on with up to 3 other friends, as you try to identify the type of evil spirit that lives in the haunted mansion, and then exorcise it using your equipment. And as the game continues to be updated with new maps, outfits for the characters, possible new ghost types, and other sorts of unique additions, you can be sure that the gameplay will continually change, improve, and offer you new experiences as you progress through it. 6. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution. A sequel to The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Retribution was released in December 2022 for the MetaQuest 2 and in March 2023 for the PSVR 2 and Steam. While the original game was more stealth-oriented, Chapter 2 really puts you in the middle of the action and offers you a spooky atmosphere to go along with that. According to players, the differences between the MetaQuest version and the PSVR 2 are like night and day, with many fans encouraging to opt for the PSVR if they can, as it is the superior one from a graphics perspective. 5. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The 1974 film with the same name has become iconic in the horror genre, as it tells the story of a family of cannibalistic serial killers, the Sawyers, who brutally murder a group of teenagers. Much like the movie it was inspired from, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a third-person asymmetrical survival horror game where you are one of the 4 young adults that are trapped in the Sawyer family house and have to do everything you can to escape, all while being hunted down by 3 killers. If that doesn't make your heart rate spike, then we don't know what will. If you thought that simply running away will do in this game, then you are mistaken. players usually start out injured and slow, so emphasis needs to be placed on stealth, which just further maximizes the tension in each of the players. What's worse, in many cases, a single hit from a killer is enough to kill a victim, so you have to be extra careful not to get caught. Number 4. Resident Evil 4 Remake. When it was originally released in 2005, Resident Evil 4 revolutionized not only the survival horror, but also the shooter genre. But being a mix of both might seem like its place is not on an all-horror top 10 like our list. However, the remake, which was released this year, has a few enhancements and optimizations that make this once revolutionary game even better. These improvements focus mainly on the mood of the game, as the issue with the original RE4 was simple. It wasn't that scary. Capcom ups the fear factor with several improvements to the mood and setting, from the horrific-looking monsters to nerve-wracking areas where Leon's flashlight is the only light source. These enhancements make RE4 Remake a wonderfully horrific experience for any Resident Evil fan. 3. Amnesia: The Bunker. The Amnesia series has been terrifying us since 2010, as it took us through various time periods and places. But Amnesia: The Bunker takes us to perhaps its grimmest setting yet. The protagonist, a French World War I soldier, awakens after an accident and finds himself alone in this unit's underground bunker. He soon discovers that he's not quite alone, and that among the corpses of his former comrades is a terrifying creature stalking the halls. This game is a pure survival horror, with mind-shredding scares that even someone well used to this genre will feel their pulse racing as they're being followed through the underground bunker, with no hope to see daylight anytime soon. There's nothing more scary than being stalked in the dark hallways of an underground bunker. Or maybe there is. After all, we still have 2 more entries on our list. 2. Alan Wake 2. Fans have been eagerly anticipating the arrival of Alan Wake 2 ever since the credits rolled on the initial installment of this action-adventure series, Alan Wake. The original game, released in 2010, is celebrated for its distinctive combination of narrative storytelling and survival horror. After a 13-year journey marked by challenges and dedication, developer Remedy Entertainment is ready to bring a new perspective to this eerie franchise. The sequel now introduces a dual protagonist system, immersing players in both the roles of writer Alan Wake and a new character, FBI agent Saga Anderson. As Alan is trapped in a nightmarish realm known as the Dark Place, Saga is investigating a string of mysterious murders in the Pacific Northwest. Early previews of the game suggest that Alan Wake 2 holds great promise. It integrates fresh gameplay mechanics, intriguing characters, enhanced combat, and stunning visuals with the game's signature fusion of psychological horror and storytelling, offering a fresh yet familiar gaming experience. You won't want to let this game slip through your fingers during this year's Halloween weekend. 1. Dead Space Remake. Touted as one of the most iconic psychological horror games in the last 20 years, the original Dead Space from 2008 got a remake just earlier this year. While the new game retains the same basic plot as the original, certain aspects were altered, such as the character designs and some of the archaic gameplay mechanics, drastically improving the player's experience. The remake does, however, up the ante with a grotesque flesh system that sees Isaac peeling his necromorph foes like bananas. The Dead Space series offers some masterful body horror, making it one of the more unsettling mainstream horror series you can play. Pair that with some legitimately great jump scares and a dose of psychological torment, and you've got the recipe for a perfect Halloween game. What game are you looking forward to playing this Halloween? What is your favorite horror game of all time? Let us know your choice in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this content, check out some of our other videos. And as always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in our next video.